Your phone is making you stupid. Not because you're weak, not because you lack discipline, because it was designed to. Right now, at this exact moment, your brain's reward system has been hijacked, rewired, without your permission. Think about the last time you sat down to do something that mattered. How long did it last? 2 minutes? 5? Before you picked up your phone, without even deciding to. That's not laziness. That's not weakness. That's your brain running a program someone else installed. Here is what your day actually looks like from inside your brain. You wake up. Before your feet touch the floor, you're already scrolling. Your brain gets its first hit of the day. Dopamine, the chemical your brain uses to say, "This matters. Pay attention here." Then you sit down to work, and your brain compares your work to that hit it just had, and real work loses every time. Here is what science actually found. Your brain has a reward threshold, a baseline level of stimulation it needs before it releases dopamine. For most of human history, that threshold was set low. A meal, a conversation, a small win. These felt genuinely rewarding because your brain wasn't competing with anything more stimulating. But social media platforms were not built for connection. They were built for this. Every scroll, every notification, every like raises your threshold higher until real life cannot compete anymore. That recalibration is what you're calling laziness. Think of it like this. Imagine your brain as a thermostat, set to a comfortable temperature. Reward releases when you hit it. Work, create, connect. But every time you scroll, the thermostat gets turned up higher and higher until nothing in real life feels warm enough anymore. Researchers have found that social media users show symptoms similar to people addicted to substances. You're not dealing with a motivation problem. You're dealing with a dependency, one that was carefully designed by some of the smartest engineers on the planet to be as hard to escape as possible, and you have been blaming yourself for it. Here's what actually works. You cannot out-discipline a neurological pattern. Willpower is not the answer. It never was. The only thing that works is lowering your dopamine baseline, deliberately, slowly, starting with your mornings. The first hour of your day sets your brain's baseline for everything that follows. If the first thing you do is scroll, you have already lost the morning. Guard your mornings like they belong to you, because they do. Then build what researchers call a dopamine menu, real sources of dopamine that don't crash you the moment they stop. Exercise, deep work, creating something, a conversation that actually matters. These feel boring at first, not because they are boring, because your baseline is still too high to feel them. Give it time. The threshold will lower, and when it does, real life will start to feel rewarding again. You were not built for this level of stimulation. Nobody was. Your brain was designed for a world where effort led to reward, where focus was natural, where silence felt like rest. That world is still available to you, but you have to choose it. Every morning, you protect from a scroll. You recalibrate slightly. Every hour of real work you complete, you prove something to your brain. Every time you sit with discomfort, instead of reaching for your phone, you raise your capacity for real life. You're not lazy. You were never lazy. You were overstimulated, and now you know the difference. The most dangerous thing about overstimulation is that it disguises itself as a personality trait. You start to believe that you are someone who can't focus, someone who can't finish things, someone who just doesn't have what it takes. But that is not who you are. That is what chronic overstimulation does to anyone it touches. The moment you stop feeding the threshold, the moment you start choosing real over instant, something shifts, slowly at first, then completely. This is the inner standard, understanding yourself at a deeper level, so you can finally stop working against yourself. And this is where that starts.